Nearly 3 in 4 Americans say they identify with a specific religion. That's according to an average of all 2021 Gallup polling. Now, the polling also shows a decline in religious affiliation each year. It's noteworthy because researchers at Harvard found that children who are raised with religious or spiritual beliefs have better overall health and happiness.
Their data shows that children in faith-based homes tend to be better protected from the big 3 dangers of adolescence, which are depression, substance abuse, and risky behavior. But the experts say it's really important not to force beliefs on kids. So how do you sort through all this? We have pastor, speaker, and author Jesse Bradley here with us on set. Jesse, I'm so excited to talk about this with you because I think it's an issue that so many families struggle with. And as we see more younger people sort of moving away from faith and religion, how do you have these conversations in your home? Introduce your kids to religion, especially if it's important to you, but then also make them not feel forced to be into it.
That's right. Thank you so much for inviting me. And you can empower and encourage your children and set a healthy and positive culture. And when you bring authenticity and consistency, that's going to lead to their discovery so they can own their own faith as well. And habits are essential. Habits in all of our life, I like to call them hope habits, whether that's the rhythm of a family and weekend worship or before bedtime. My wife and I will spend time reading, praying with our kids together, and that's a sweet time. And when you think about parents communicating to kids, it's not just what you believe, it's also why you believe. And sometimes that gets overlooked. The why is historical because facts lead to faith, and also it's personal. Everyone's journey is important. You have a wide range of viewers. And I share with my kids, I went to Dartmouth College, successful on the outside, empty on the inside. And I took a religion class because I was curious. And when I learned about Jesus, I decided to follow him, and then the joy that came from that. And so share your heart with your kids, share your why, your story, and your passion, because they want to connect with you on a deep level.
That's great advice. In many households, the parents may come from different religious backgrounds. What is the best way to handle that when talking to your kids about religion?
That can get kind of tense and awkward and unfortunately lead to some division. I come from a family that's kind of like Baskin Robbins, 31 flavors spiritually. So we've had a lot of years of practice with this. And I would say love is primary. Commit to staying close and loving each other, even if there's differences. And then there's going to be some courageous conversations. And when you have those, be clear, be compassionate, and be calm. The combination of honesty and humility bears the most fruit. You can also find some common ground. It could be a common religious figure like Abraham that you all want to talk about and learn more, or it could be scripture like Jews, Christians. You share a lot of the same texts, and it could be common ground about loving your neighbor. We're blessed to be a blessing. And this is not just dead or dry religion. This is a relationship. And where you live, work, learn, or play, you can live it out with joy together. And really that unity in the family is important to guard.
I love that 31 flavors. That is so funny. So let's say you want to double up on the 2 exposures in your family, like maybe mom or dad or dad or dad or whatever, whoever. You have 2 different things, and there are points of conflict, and you do disagree. How do you have those disagreements in a healthy way in front of your children and introduce them to that?
That's right. Be respectful and be kind. We need to work on that in our country right now. So it starts in the home. That's kind of a microcosm of state. It always starts in the home. And when you can talk through things together, agree to disagree at some points. But like you mentioned, the Harvard study, if faith, and it is, so beneficial on so many levels for kids right now, and the results show that mental health, anxiety, even suicidal thoughts, like we're seeing things happen in our country that we didn't see 10 years ago. And God is love. And this relationship with God, this security, kids need love. And when they receive love, it drives away anxiety, it brings security, and kids need to be reminded that they are loved, that they can, love themselves, they're loved by their parents, they're loved by God, and all those sources of love really help kids flourish.
We have about 30 seconds here for this next one, which might not be fair, but I'm going to throw it at you anyway. There are situations where the parents are religious, but the kids just aren't that into it. What is your advice for parents to deal with that?
Okay, I need to mention JesseBradley.org. Generational Hope is a free ebook and resource, and we talk about this and some other topics as well, so you can access that. I would just say don't put too much pressure on kids. Continue to live, because the way you live is more important than what you talk about a lot of times. And kids watch. They're always reading you. So don't be too harsh. Don't push them away unnecessarily. Just walk with them, listen to them, try to understand, and continue to love them.
It sounds like you found God later in life, so maybe your childhood didn't involve a lot of church, right?
You never know when God's love is going to break through in someone's heart.
Exactly. All right. Pastor, speaker, and author Jesse Bradley, thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate this conversation.
Great conversation, truly. Thank you, Jesse. You are watching NBC News Daily.